question that we've been asked is, let's say there's a client and he has two matters or even several of them. If I get retainer payments, or if I get payments for the work I've finished, how do I apply it for this? A client with multiple matters, how do I handle that? For that, I'm going to create a client who has multiple matters. So let's say this client's name is Jace Abraham. And I'm going to fill in all these details. Let's go and create two matters for him. Let's say one is a traffic ticket, another is a real estate loan. Okay, so let's say first one is a traffic ticket. Mark this as HTA, and the second one is going to be let's say a family matter. Okay, so for that one, I'll create the action button. I'll say new matter. I'll say divorce. I'll say family law. And do apply. Now, when you do that, when you have multiple matters for the same client, you will notice that when you choose the client in the matter screen itself, it will tell you how many exist. Okay, so now we have created the two matters. You notice that it's there. The client gives you $1,000 check. He gives you $1,000 checks and directs you saying that, hey, for the family matter, use $800, and for the traffic, use $200. Then what you do is you click on new retainer. You know it's $1,000, so you put it here. That's where you put the original amount. Full amount, give the check number here. Now you do the distribution here. You can say, hey, 800 is here and 200 is here. Okay. Only when you make it the full amount, this will become green. Otherwise, like for example, if I just do 100 here, it'll be red. You'll not be able to apply. See, when I apply, it'll tell me like, hey, the retainer entries are not fully assigned. You need to assign the overall amount to both these matters. So let me correct this and make it 200. You see that it becomes green, and I do an apply. Now it's a single check. If you look at it in the trust account, you will still see that it's a single check, and you will see that it's $1,000 that came in, right? And in the matter, however, you will see it as 200 here, and if I go to the traffic, you will see the 800, right? The distribution happens here. Okay. Now if I made a mistake here, I can always go back and edit. I can say, oh, you know what? The client told me the reverse. He wanted me to use 800 here and 200 here. So you could go ahead and edit the distribution without changing the original amount. You could do that. So again, let me clarify. When you have multiple matters, right? And when you click the new retainer button, you enter the full check amount here because that's what you'll be reconciling for, but you can actually distribute it across multiple matters. Now this is with respect to trust, how you distribute it. Now let me, build this client. Okay, so now I've built a client. So one client, the traffic client, if you notice, we had $200 in trust. We built it for 200, and I click the question mark. When you click the question mark, it tells me, hey, you can withdraw the 200 from trust and pay yourself. So I just click here on the transfer button. And I'll click on the legal fee, write myself a trust check and deposit into my general. Do that, right? Similarly, when you do the other matter, the divorce matter, I put a smaller amount there. Even though 800 in trust, I put 700, and I'll tell you why. Because when I do the trust transfer, right, I will transfer the 700 out of the 1,000, right? And I'm now left with $100 in this matter, right? Now, what you can do now is, if there's more to bill here, obviously you can use the $100 left here. But if you don't have much to bill, and this matter is actually closed, but you have more to bill in the other matter, you can move this 100 from here to there using what we call an intermatter trust transfer. It's an action, okay, intermatter trust transfer. And you can say, hey, take this out of this matter. It's an intermatter trust transfer, okay, and make this account an intermatter account. So $100 is being taken out of this account, which is the family law account, and we want to move it now to trust, to the other one. So we can say, hey, move it to the traffic ticket, right? And apply. Now when you do that, you will see now the divorce has become 0. But if I move to the traffic ticket, now I got 100. If you look at the trust ledger, it will be very, very clear. So in trust, you got 200 out of the original 1,000. You charged him, and now you got 100 out of inter-matter trust transfer. Similarly, if you look at the trust ledger for divorce, you'll see the same thing. You'll see that you got initially 800, right? You billed out 700 and paid yourself. There's 100 left, and you did an inter-matter trust transfer and moved it from divorce to the traffic matter. So when you have multiple matters for clients, you can distribute retainers. You can transfer retainers between them by doing inter-matter transfer. Okay. Now the same concept applies for payment too in general. Let's say this client had no trust. He had only general. Like new retainer, when you click new client payment, you can do the exact same thing. You can say, hey, I got $1,000, and I can distribute it to multiple. Now, obviously, in this case, you should not be, because you haven't billed anything. You got to bill first and then only accept client payment. But if you build, then you could. So let me do the billing. So it's now time to bill. There's no money in trust for one matter, but there is some trust money for the other matter. Let's see how we bill it. So when I hit the question mark again, look at that. It tells me there's still $100 left in trust. So let's get paid for that one. So I'll choose this. It only allow me to transfer 100. So I'll write a check for that and transfer the 100. Now, we did bill 400. Only 100 got billed. Now the client has paid, for the remainder. You can actually send him the outstanding. To do that, you can go into the contacts. There's a nice report there under document generation called client fee bill. And when you download that, you'll see that it'll summarize both the matters. It'll say, hey, there's a $300 left on one matter, and there is a 500 balance owed on the other one, owing up to a total of $800, right? It clearly tells you that. So now when he pays you that 800, and you'll see that. See, there's a 300 on this matter. And if I go to the divorce matter, there is a projected balance of 500. So 800 is the total. And when he pays that $800, again, you can distribute. You can say, hey, $800 is my payment, and that's the check number. Notice that it goes to your general account this time because you have outstanding. You don't have to put it into trust, so this is a client payment. You distribute it as 500 and 300, and you apply. Now everything's closed for this client. So if I would do a general ledger for this client, let me do that. So I say ledger, all transactions. I'm just going to do a show only. You'll now see the traffic ticket. $200 was of the original 1,000 came for it. We billed it. We billed a 400. We did an inter-matter trust transfer, so we were able to pay another 100 out of that, leaving us with 300, and then the client's check for the out of the 800 we were able to assign 300. Similarly, for the other matter, if you look out of the original money, we got the 700 that we billed, we got it paid, and there was $100 left that we moved from here to trust account. And then we billed them another 500, and out of the new $800 check, we got a 500. So to summarize, both new retainer and client payment, based on whether you're going to, this is going to the trust account and this is going to the general account, we give you a choice to put the complete amount here and then do a distribution here, right? In the retainer and in the client payment, you can do that. Either it's a general account or trust account. You can put it here and then distribute it to multiple members.